I'm going to invite us now just to take a few deep breaths in through our noses. And as we do that, I invite us to hold the breath at the top just for a little bit, just a little longer than we normally would, before we then blow it out gently through our mouths. And I want to invite us to do this at our own pace. So I'm going to give a moment for each of us to engage in that breathing practice to calm the thinking of our minds so that we can begin to tune in more into all of our parts and aspects, not just our brains, but our beautiful bodies and our hearts, our souls, our spirits. So just take a few deep breaths that way to calm our beautiful, good minds a little bit. Yeah, lovely, lovely. Good. All right. And so, dear friends, for in this space, this is a space of our own desires for greater unity and harmony, for more love and light. And so I invite us now to allow ourselves to participate in this monthly LightBringers Circle of Light guided practice. Thank you. Thank you, Holy One. Thank you, Architect of Creation. Thank you, Ground of Being. Thank you, Author of all light and love, life and truth. Thank you for this opportunity to gather in this way, to allow ourselves to commune, to experience this collective practice so that we might grow in our knowledge, our awareness, and understanding of who we truly are, who we are in relation to each and to all, and even in our relation to you, beloved Creator. And so I invite us to imagine, if we wish, a little cubby, the kind of cubby that I remember having in kindergarten, a place where I could put my backpack or my lunch or my things, a little space where I can set anything aside that I don't really desire to have my mind focused on during this practice. So if we have any things like that that we would just like to set aside for the moment, maybe things that we consider to be on our to-do list, maybe tasks that are uncompleted, any of these kinds of things that we'd just like to set aside and trust that they'll be there waiting for us when we come back. I invite us to put that in that cubby, each of us being beautiful children of the Source. And so if you've put anything in that cubby, wonderful, it'll be for you, be there for you when you come back into maybe what we might call a more typical awareness. And so I invite us now to visualize, if we desire, a kind of a sphere, almost like a bubble of light. It has these swirling colors in it, these beautiful iridescent greens and yellows and pinks and blues and purples. And so this is a space that we're invited to enter into. It's intended to be a safe space, a space that just helps us to experience a bit more of these finer and more subtle connections that are available to us within this guided practice. And so I invite us to step into, through that semi-permeable membrane of the bubble. Don't worry, it won't pop. You just pass through that membrane. It kind of jiggles a little bit, and then you're inside if you desire to be. And within this space, this vessel that continuously is contributed to by all of the participants in this monthly circle of light. It's a safe and secure space. It's a space of total allowance for the fullness of our beings, for all of our aspects, to enjoy those higher and finer frequencies and vibrations that are available to us. And this is also a space where we have the opportunity to express our deepest yearnings and desires, maybe even things that we don't have words for yet. We can express these things to the ultimate, and through the workings of the laws of this cosmos, through the fundamental unities and forces of resonance and harmony, these deep desires may be expressed within our beings through the silence of our beings, and yet in that moment they are responded to. Sometimes those responses are not perceivable to us in that moment, but when we're ready, we can and we will perceive those responses to the things that we have allowed ourselves to express within this space. And so within this space, one of the critical, central expressions of desire that we have is this ability for us from the core of our beings to express our desire to the ultimate for that gift, that essence, that substance of what we like to call unconditional love, source love, divine love. The words aren't so important as the expression of the desire for that which only Source can give, a power, an energy that is available to us for the asking, that we can allow this love, this light, this energy to flow around us, within us, and through us. And as we experience this unconditional love, there are so many blessings that come with it, blessings of healing and wholeness, blessings of greater unity and harmony amongst all of our parts and aspects, and also greater expressions of unity and harmony amongst ourselves and our family members, our communities, our world, the human family, even reaching out into the vastness of the cosmos. For this universe, as it is called, is one song of resonating sympathetic harmonies that we have the ability to enjoy, to allow these things to harmonize and resonate with our own desires, and to allow these expressions to be enjoyed in their fullness through the multidimensionality of our beings, through the wholeness of all of our aspects, working in greater harmony and unity together. And so I invite us to express these deep yearnings and heartfelt desires for that essence of love that the Source gives so freely as a gift to all who desire it. And yet Source, in this infinite wisdom, is able to recognize the power of this gift and our need within the conditions on this planet to seek it, to desire it, because our free will is always honored by the highest forces and powers of the universe. And so if you desire this gift, then I invite each and all of us to express our heartfelt desires through the uniqueness of our beings to receive it and to allow ourselves to soak it in, to let it permeate all of our parts and aspects, to feel the warmth of it, to feel the glow, to feel the flow and the movement, the freedom that is available, the freedom to release those things, the burdens that we have carried, the limitations that we have accepted for ourselves that have nothing to do with the infinite potential of our beings as unique creatures with the capacity to not only change and grow and heal, but to transform, to experience the transfusion of this essence into our beings, for the transformation and transformation of our beings, our lives, and indeed through the powers of resonance, these things also become more and more available to all on this planet, all who live on all of the planets throughout the vastness of this multiverse. And I invite us to just soak that in, to allow ourselves to experience this deep care, this gentleness that is available for the asking, not only within this space, this moment, but every moment of our lives, even in a fleeting moment. We're so grateful for these more expansive moments of allowance, of spaciousness for us to experience the truth of our own beings, the truth and reality of divinity for ourselves. And yet these things, while they are beautiful in a collective practice, we also have the opportunity to do the same in our individual practice as well. And so I invite each and all of us now to commune with the architect of creation, the God of our own understanding, in whatever ways feel good for each of us as unique individuals, for this relationship and this connection, like any relationship, is unique. There are no two relationships that are exactly the same because each of us are unique beings, and that uniqueness is experienced also through our own communications and communions with our own selves, with Source, with all that is. And so I invite us now into a few minutes of silence for contemplation, communion, communication, whatever it is that we desire within this space for ourselves. And also, if we desire within this space, we also have the ability to express our desire to be greater contributions. So as we resonate, as we allow this love to flow within us and through us, we have the ability to resonate in ways that are contributions for each and all as well. And so, again, within this silence, I invite us to communication, to communion, to contemplation, and if we so desire, greater contribution as well. Enjoy the silence, beloveds. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Loving Creator, thank you to each and all who have participated in this practice, who have contributed through the uniqueness of their beings, who have allowed their deepest aspects to resonate in ways that help to bring greater harmony to all. Thank you. Wonderful ground of being for this gift, this opportunity to experience the inflowing, the outpouring of your substance within us and through us, all around us. Thank you for helping us to incorporate your love into the depths of our beings so that this might not just be a moment, but that it might be another step on our journeys toward greater communion, toward greater contribution through the uniqueness of our beings. We are so grateful for this space, this opportunity to experience these things, to allow ourselves to express those things that are uniquely ours to express, to be, and to, in our own ways, trust that the responses to our deeply felt expressions are certain through the workings of universal laws and principles. And so, as we prepare to transition from this time of collective practice into whatever is next, I just invite us to allow ourselves to maybe move our fingers, our toes, readjust our physical positions, make sure that all of our parts and aspects are fully docked with all of our aspects, particularly those more subtle aspects of our being fully connected and integrated with all of our more material aspects. And then as we desire, we might like to imagine ourselves perhaps taking that step outside of the bubble of light that we have been in, allowing ourselves to pass back through the semi-permeable membrane. And perhaps if we set some things in that cubby, we can pick those things up so that we might re-engage with them at whatever time, in whatever place and circumstance is best for us to re-engage with those things that are a part of our lives in this world at this time. And so at this time, I also invite us now to open our eyes if we desire, and to come fully back into the moment, perhaps looking around the space that we're in. And so, and I'll close officially this guided practice for today with the words, "And it is done."